Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cow Corner Dugout. And here we are, an important game day, 22nd of April. And right now, Lucknow Super Giants are 111 for 6 in 16 overs. The game is at a very interesting stage, but Lucknow have almost run out of batters, 49 of 24 and 49 of 23. And their last recognized batter, which is Mukul Chaudhary, is also out. They had a game. This game is gone from their grasp. And to talk about that with me are the usual suspects. Nirav and Trinay. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Well, Nirav is. We ended the conversation with a Neeraj Chopra, alibi reference last night, and Nirav is back with a Neeraj Chopra.
He did a fantastic event in Bangalore. I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to see it. It was at Kantira Stadium sometime in June last year,
Yes, a couple of our
and
members went to that event.
it was a
Was it
phenomenal
Javelin?
experience. Javelin
Okay.
throw event, yeah, just phenomenal vibe. Like just, I honestly, those are Bangalore. Like we said, Bangalore does have a good sporting culture and great fan support. But yeah, so the good version of it showed up that day.
Right.
The the incredible passionate fans without hooliganism showed up. Yeah.
I get it. Right. So, as much as we're talking about incredible games, incredible fans. We're also talking about Lucknow Super Giants. They had an amazing chance to actually go and win this game in this ground, especially in this particular square. The average totals are around 140, 150, and I thought they had done well to restrict, you know, Rajasthan.
170 in fact. 170
No,
this
that's
season.
the ground.
160 has been chased.
Only the square, this particular
Yeah.
pitch I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Okay. Okay.
So this particular pitch, I think somebody had tweeted about it. Like 140 and 155 have been the totals, just the two games. And I thought I prepared my fantasy team according, trusting trusting these bunch of nincompoops to actually go and win, but it didn't happen. And yeah, Mitchell Marsh was my captain, so the game was interesting till he was there. And yeah, it's right now up to the bowlers, Shami and Mayank. I can just gather whatever little fantasy points I can because I've gone high on the bowling of Lucknow Super Giants. But talking about today's game, I think there were a few broad narratives, and for people who are joining in today, uh, thanks for joining in. 15 of you who tuned into the stream slightly early. We usually, hello, Mr. Kannan. Yes, thanks, Ansh. Hello to you too. And as we
Is he on
watch this,
another time zone? Saying good morning.
I think he's just playing with
I can
us.
guarantee you he
All right.
isn't.
I think he knows we were all sleeping till 10 minutes ago. Such a engaging, rich, thrilling action game.
Uh,
I mean,
Oh
in a
God.
way it was, I guess. In a way it was. Wickets falling every second over.
Jadeja smoking Mayank at the end was fun.
Yeah, I think one of the thing with Mayank was he was bowling very fast. Right, that's his whole thing. And as much as he was bowling change of pace, I think he was paced. And I think Rishabh Pant kind of realized that if you saw Rishabh Pant towards the end overs, right, he was very worried looking at Mayank. He was also a little perturbed. I
He
think
didn't
they
know where
they
to hide
knew,
him.
they've probably given away 15, 20 too much on this wicket, and it was not going to be that
From where they
stroll
were. From where they were.
from where they
I
were
mean,
exactly.
I think 159 even was a score he should have got. Then you know the target, it's 8 runs and over. I mean, Mitchell Marsh, at the time he got out, it was 10 and over, right?
I don't know.
It was literally 10 and over. It reached that point. He's hit a single of the first ball, six of the second ball. Why are you trying to kill yourself? You know?
Exactly, and this is where I think common sense in a chase, like somebody like MS Dhoni, as much as you accuse him of taking the game till the end, this is exactly the same common sense of taking the game till
Stays,
the end,
stays in range.
stays in range.
Right?
Exactly.
Same
So,
with Mukul, right? Just now, I think it was a sixth. This he got a sixth ball before he got out. Okay,
right, right. He just
right.
got out at the beginning of this over. The previous over, he hit that for six.
So I mean,
Unfortunate, and I'm curious to
yes,
understand
I think our
what's
talking points are pretty much the same as last time. And there's something wrong with LSG's thinking.
exactly, and we go back, and it's just making us a little
It's
easy because we
deja
have
vu. We had
deja
this. We
vu.
had this. Are you
What
sure you
is
haven't dug up the old one?
they are so confused in terms of having Badoni now bat for the last two games at the top of the order. And in a game like this, I don't know if they're trying to give him batting practice. There is potential batting practice for somebody like Nicholas Puran, who's born batting out of position, batting down the order, and not in a very comfortable spot. So, if the value of getting someone like Nicholas Puran off to a great start could have been done today, but I just don't get the reasoning behind the management to to push Badoni to the top. So it's a I don't know the smarts behind the decision, but I just don't understand certain things. But while we that's a question that we have. If our viewers want to give an answer of what do you think about the decision of sending Badonwedi open, waiting to hear your answers. Meanwhile, Pavan CKM tells us how the hell is Shami not in the scheme of things for the Indian team? Well, I think
It's like
I have an answer, but I'll just wait to see if a couple of our other members here have an answer.
Which team?
Indian.
T20, 50 over. Yeah, I know. I mean,
I'm,
look,
I'm
which
I'm guessing that he's only bowled the 4 over spell, and they're looking at a T20 team for probably. Definitely, it's I don't know. It's not coming from the Indian team because he's just bowled 4 overs, and that's the level of
I mean, I
fitness.
definitely think he still should be in our test team.
Is he fit
I
enough
think he
to
was
play
good in.
5 tests?
Oh yeah, he was good enough going to England. For that series, he had come back. He had shown. He had played a couple of Ranji games. I think, if I'm not wrong.
But Ajit
And
Agarkar,
I
they
don't
had
know
the
who
option.
said what.
They realized that maybe this is I don't know. One doesn't know complete reports of how fit Mohammad Shami is, but he's been playing these games, and
No, he did. He's had a phenomenal Ranji season. Could check his stats. He's been doing fairly well, and I think Bengal made it to the semis, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, I think it'll be helpful if somebody like Mohammad Shami, of course, one remembers the spells that he bowled in the 50 over World Cup and how much of importance Shami was to the later end of the campaign when we lost Hardik Pandya. So I think it's an interesting question. I personally would love to see somebody like Mohammad Shami back, but which format? I'm probably looking more at the 50 over format. I don't think the 20 over format we are having any of these older bowlers because I think we've just moved on from that whole batch since 2022, which is moving on from Bhuvaneshwar
Bhuvi,
Kumar, Mohammad Shami, Ishant Sharma. We've just moved on from that whole batch. And I don't know if we're even looking to get them back. Pawan, did you mean for the T20 side or was it generally for the Indian team? Meanwhile, we have Jofra Archer coming in for the 18th over. It's a shame that these guys have 3 overs and they just don't have batters. 114 for 8.
Yeah, I
18
thought
ball.
Rajasthan shat the bed with their impact substitute because in over number 16 they brought in a specialist batsman. Um, and where I felt at that point of time they could have gotten somebody like a Tushar Deshpande who can, and because they had Jofra Archer in the bag as well, with one proper batsman and one swinger from the other side, like a Tushar and Jofra Archer, because I thought they'll need Tushar's bowling because Prince did well, in that 135, 140 range. I thought they needed that one extra bowler, but apparently
You wish,
not. I mean,
while
I
you
mean,
have
at
an
that
argument
point of
at that
at
point.
that point in time, I thought it was a tactically poor decision to send in because at the end of it, 19 of 13.
I think it's
I
worth
mean,
it.
is it but when you lose out one proper bowler? You know what I mean? Like, but because LSG decided that they'll play like the champions they are,
You're right.
that's why
Maybe their bad batting is making a poor decision look
look.
sane right now.
Yeah. Now you talk about Ayush Bodoni. What was Himmat Singh doing in there?
yeah, isn't Bratsky
You
on the
could still
bench?
have. Wasn't
He could
Matthew
have had a
Cricket?
foreign player. Bretsky
Yeah.
was an option. George Linde was an option. These two guys sitting in as substitutes. Well, I don't know. Even last game, he was. I don't know. That's why I'm saying these guys they double down on their bad decisions.
And I'm just curious to understand how is Mr. Goenka going to feel today? Because he's paid so much money to get this top order. The batting order is not in form, and you have three ducks from your batting right at the top, which just derails the chase. Because after that, I think Nicholas Puran was forced to play a game that was not his. 22 or 25 balls. I thought he was at least getting close to getting to form. The
He was
whole
getting
point is
some.
getting bat on wall at least because it wasn't. It
But then
wasn't
again,
very
two dot balls. So there's a pattern here, man. There was Ayush Badoni's, of course, was a stupid run out, I guess, because
And
even
even
Mitchell Marsh thought at that point of
Markram,
time, oh, guy, there was another. There's a stranger in the other end, so he
No,
didn't know
both
what
of
to
them
do
were
with
ball
him.
watching.
Uh,
Both of them were ball
yeah.
watching. It was really stupid.
Rishabh Pant 3 dot balls, swings crazily on a ball fairly wide outside the off stump, tries to hoik it over cow corner.
Square leg.
Uh, Aiden Markram, 4 dot balls, 5 dot balls in a row, tries to hoik it. At least with Aiden Markram's case, I think at least he got it was the correct shot selection, wrong execution. But again, I think Aiden Markram's confidence is also probably derailed after that 32-run thing, and then somebody deciding he's not good enough to open even in low chases. Because he was the guy who should have anchored this chase, you know, at
Yeah.
coming in opening and then batting through. That should have been his job. Eventually, they passed it to Mitchell Marsh. I don't know. So there's just stupid thinking, man. I don't know what's going on in this. Like, it's I don't know. I have no explanation
Wasn't
because
Badoni
really,
the
as I said before,
designated finisher? He was supposed to finish
yeah,
those
no,
games along with Samad.
Mukul is their now designated finisher.
Yeah, now.
but yes, I agree with you, Prabhu. They have very good options sitting on their bench. As Matthew Britsky, they had 3 foreigners today. So technically, Britsky could have come. Even if you wanted an impact sub, let's say much earlier in the inning, so that you could have kept Puran for much later. Because if you wanted to just bat at the death, but I'm not able to explain why LSG is taking certain decisions.
Eight, 8 runs in over is 15 boundaries or 18 boundaries through the innings. That's what it is, right? They got those in, they got them, but there was no rotation of strike. Apart from that, there was this, 2 dot balls and you swing across the line is like, what kind of cricket is that?
Yeah.
Like, that's Trinidad level cricket. Under 19 tennis ball,
That's it.
take ball
They're all out.
in the gullies.
And
Not even
the
120. Well,
41 run margin, sorry, 40 run margin of loss.
in a 160 game, that's like
160.
ridiculous.
So I think the good part is with a team like LSG, I think as a CSK fan, I still have hope that CSK won't finish 10th. Because I'm looking at this is like mediocrity.
There are two teams which are just bizarrely bad.
Kolkata and these guys.
Yeah. They don't deserve to win. Like now,
These guys
if
are
they could, if they
jokers, man.
bottled, yeah, this game they bottled. The last game, I mean, okay, last game there was Punjab Kings going at them. Nothing went right. They didn't get wickets. They bottled a simple, not well a DRS, but it happens, right? I mean, two gun batsmen going and striking at 225 to 40. You have a bad day, that's fine. But today they had a good day. I mean, the bowlers were fantastic, fantastic.
It is, and they have a great bowling lineup. And I think their batting is definitely now under the scanner because now it's fairly clear midway into the IPL that you don't have the necessary batting order or the tactics that's required to help you win a game that was right in your grasp. And I think if it's completely justified if somebody like Goenka is going to be out on the
Yeah.
boundary today.
Today,
Completely.
today I'm on his side.
Yeah. But I'm also asking myself, what do you do as a team? Because as a management, you own companies. You've seen competence, incompetence. How would you basically rate this? So somebody like Charu Sharma was dropped midway for no fault of his back in 2008 for the RCB squad. This is looking extremely poor, and I think if I was Mr. Goenka, I'd definitely want to know what is going on with the thinking. What is Justin Langer? What are his thoughts? What are his visions for the team? And it's and also with Nicholas Puran, you either give him the chance to succeed, but don't make him bat in the 9th over or the 7th or 8th over, and then ask him to bat the middle overs, which is not something that he can do, especially when he's not in form. It's extremely
But
bad.
I have a flip. I have a counter argument to that. He is he's the premium overseas player. He should be able to play the situation.
Should be, but
He should
he's
be,
not.
right? Because when he came in, it was still 8 runs and over, right? You have to bat it and you have to take your 50 balls, score 70 of it, and finish the game.
Which is
You don't
great.
have to. Yeah, which is like simple.
I'm remembering the
I don't know.
second game, which Pant basically scored 68 or 50 balls, He
It was that
batted
innings he needed. Yes, it was that
high
innings. It was a
innings.
160 chase. It was
Correct. And
that
Pant,
Puran had to do that. Once Pant went, Puran had to be the guy.
so one is, I think, Puran's ability or a
Bless
strong
you.
form is not is not in these kind of chases. So if you at least give him the 15th to the 20th over to attack against pace, or you give him the first 6 overs, you're giving him a chance to rediscover his potential or touch, so that the guy bats in the middle overs and scores at a high tempo. Right now, I think it's a huge mess, and it's probably time they tried out Matthew Bretsky. But again,
I agree. Where is Josh Inglis? Firstly, I think Puran should make way for Josh Inglis,
and
and
I thought the guy basically
Matthew
stopped.
Brexy has to be the extras, has to be the shortstop at the back.
Instead of Himmat Singh.
Yeah.
And I
Where
thought
is Inglis though? I haven't seen him on the bench.
Where is Josh Inglis? Josh Inglis to join LSG before May 4th match against MI. So
oh, is it
Puran has
okay?
2 weeks. Yeah, that's what the
So
news
is
is
he
on
still going to?
ESPN Cricket.
And I thought the whole wedding bit was postponed and all of that.
I don't know. Maybe he enjoyed his pocket change he's getting.
That said, moving on to the rest of the narratives, one interesting thought that I had was in today's game, and I'm just trying to go back to our slide where life beyond the top three. I kind of put that in my fantasy team today, where I thought these three will fail, and I wanted to give a chance to the middle order to see if they could, and that's how my fantasy team was structured. But while we did say that RR is this team which is totally dependent on the top three, we think we were seeing the runs yesterday, right? 70 odd percent. Now, the top
No,
three
that was
has
for GT. But it's a
was
very, very similar team, and that's it.
was
Structured very similarly.
84%. I think last night on the preview, we were saying that they were like at least 70% is what the
71
top
for
order
these
has.
guys and 84 for GT.
84
Oh,
for
okay.
GT.
Sorry.
So the point was, I think there is life beyond the top three. The middle order has got an opportunity and has bailed them out today. And I think that way, the question that I have is Ravindra Jadeja's role. Today's game on a slightly tougher wicket, it was not that flat wicket. I thought Jadeja acquitted himself pretty well. It was right down his alley. It's like a KL Rahul target, where you know that's a pressure-free 150 kind of target. However tough the situation is, KL will find his way. That way, I think this situation was set for Jadeja. What did you think of that?
And I've been saying it from the beginning. What is his role in this team is that umbrella role, right? He's
Right.
your batsman number 6. He's your bowler number 6. You are in trouble, turn to him, right? He gives you 10 runs on the field, right? Obviously, there is a significant amount of experience in there that he can value and contribute. Um, yeah, so I think he plays that, and so in a team like this, which is a little wobbly, in both, right? Because one bad game for Archer, then all the bowlers are struggling, right? Because if you look at it this way, if Archer doesn't go, they don't have a third bowler in the power play, you know. So it's Archer, Berger. Today was Brijesh, who they are bringing in only at the 14th over or whatever, right? And then today was Bishnoi and Jadeja as the fourth and fifth bowler, right? Third and fourth bowler, correct? They didn't have another bowling option today. So, RR's bowling is one bad Jofra Archer over away from collapsing, right?
Right.
He's been delivering. He's been getting them. He's been delivering his 2 overs in the power play. But it could change, right? They haven't come up against raging Punjab or Sunrisers Open. Let's see.
And that is where your earlier comment on the wrong impact sub, despite that wrong decision today, if actually LSG had batted a little further towards the end, they could have put RR under pressure because they did not have Tushar Deshpande to bowl.
Yeah, I mean it was LSG. It is LSG. I mean it was LSG's game to lose, and they picked the easiest option, which is to lose it. Nobody wanted to. I mean,
take the responsibility and finish that game.
Yeah.
And that said, one of the other things of a general note in terms of a compliment is the LSG pace attack. And I'm very impressed with what I saw, because Mohsin Khan had an amazing 2022 season. I think he's one of those bowlers who goes under 6 and over. And 2 for 17 and 4 overs with a maiden over. Then there was
two maiden wickets in the IPL so far in 32 games, both by Mohsin Khan.
Amazing.
So when he gets it right, he gets it really right. And I think LSG's fortunes are tied to Mohammad Shami's first over. in a way. Which is what I thought was the case today as well. The moment he gets some swing happening first, second over, and even bowls his third over in the power play, I that is LSG's only option, only method of winning. He has
Right.
to, but this attack is fantastic, and we haven't mentioned Prince Yadav, who according to me is already that there's that emerging player category prize, whatever. I think he's the guy already. I'm calling
Right,
it
and I think there
1.5. He's
was
purple
some
cap
chat.
holder today. He gets the purple cap today.
There was, I
Fantastic.
think, some talk about Prince Yadav potentially being ready for an India call-up. I'm just waiting to see how the season emerges. Give him like 14 games. How consistent is he in different types of situations? Waiting to see if there are a few more caps about to be blooded on that tour to Zimbabwe, because that will help India also ascertain, okay, what's their 2-year vision. They're going to go to Australia next to play the T20 World Cup in Australia, and how are they building a side for those conditions, which is very similar to 2022 because it's going to be played before their summer. So the conditions are not going to be traditional Australian, flat, hard surfaces. This is, I think, sometime in October, November, similar to the time the World Cup 2023 happened in India, but that's going to be held in Australia. Curious to see how the side's going to come about. But that said, I think, are we more or less done with the game? 20 odd years back, something very interesting happened
Should we just
on
to
this
finish
day.
the points table? Should we finish the points table?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Where are we on the points table?
We are at 1 second. There we are at
Yeah.
the points table. Tell us, what do you think?
So
RR gets 2
BBKL,
free points.
yeah, I think there's just been not really challenged. So it looks like the bottom teams. I'm not including MI
Reg-
here
re-
as much.
regression to the mean has happened for the wooden spoon.
Yeah, I think it's like these three teams who are proper wooden spoon contenders. CSK, very, very, again, CSK also lost that chase on Saturday night, badly
Yeah.
planned chase. And LSG, I think these teams are in this position because they have brought it upon themselves, where they've just not had someone take that responsibility. And
Well, one of
unfortunately,
them moves up. One of them moves up tomorrow, right?
one
I
of
mean, if it's
them,
if MI wins, for example, they go straight to fifth.
they go
So
to
they
fifth.
already
And
their net run rate is already positive. So they move ahead of DC if they win tomorrow. So
I think if
I
CSK
still
win, they
think I
probably.
still think it's a top three cluster, and it's 4 to 8. I think these 4 to 8 will always be, it'll be one team ahead one day, one team behind. I don't think there are 4 clusters. I think it's LSG and KKR are gradually showing that they deserve to be, you know, relegated as soon as
I,
possible.
I
And
felt so happy when you said cluster. I mean, when you said teams 4 to 8,
I think
because
four
to
to
me,
eight all are in the short. All are in short because it is yet. I mean, some of them have yet to play the seventh game. So halfway in, you are potentially, if you're at 6, that means in the remaining 7 games you have to win 4 to squeeze
right,
in, with a little bit of luck here and there, which is not a bad. So if you won 3 out of your first 7 and you're supposedly doing badly, um, 4 out of the remaining 7 with a healthy net run rate could get you through into the 4th spot. So it's I'm not ruling out anybody between 4 and 8. LSG is and KKR are shit. They don't deserve to be there. They don't have you know see, you need the width of the bat and you need to use the space between the ears as well, right? For
right.
to make there are two wide things which you have to factor in here. Uh, they are not doing that. Neither of these two teams. They're not thinking it through. They are still struggling to figure out their batting orders, which player to bowl when, who's going to be their death bowler. Even though LSG's got one of the better, I mean, till 2 days back or 3 days back, I thought they were the best bowling attack. But Punjab took them to the cleaners, and then I've reassessed and said, okay, maybe they're not away from home.
Right. And I'm just moving to a fan question here. There's Prabhu Dhoni who's asking, what would your probable 11 be for the CSK game? So, should we start with CSK?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I'll go
The,
first.
okay.
Sorry, you're saying something. I think
I mean,
Sanju
Ayush is out, so who replaces Ayush? That is the big
Urvil.
Urvil is probably
Straight.
is my
thing.
straight away swap. So I think
Not
I'll
Dhoni.
go with. Hold on, hold on. So I think I'd say Sanju and Gaikwad to open. Nothing changing there, despite the fact that I'm not sure what is Gaikwad basically doing. He's having a horror season, but he's probably built up enough cred in the last so many years playing for CSK. So I'm guessing they'll still back him up as the leader. Urvil Patel comes at 3, Brevis at 4, and that's our first foreign player pick. Sarfu at 5, probably.
Yeah.
Dubey at 6. And now the question comes: do you need Matt Shot? While Matt Shot is a pretty utility
No,
player, he's
no.
that's the question: is do you need Matt Shot? So that position of 7, I'll just keep it empty for now. Okay. And I know it's easy to say, hey, 7, Tala for a reason. Hold on for now. And then
None of
8,
us are saying
I'll
that.
I'll have Jamie
Okay,
Overton.
one sec. So are you going with the batting first 11, right? So you're looking at 11 with 4 bowlers.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
So I'm going with Jamie Overton, Anshul Kamboj, Noor. So that's 3 of your bowlers. And
With 2
Jamie
overseas.
Overton.
3
Jamie
overseas factored.
Akil,
Overton,
Akil.
Noor, and Brevis factored it.
So far, correct. And the
Okay.
last spot, if it's and the last spot is essentially, should I go for Akil Hussain?
Yeah, go for
Uh,
Akil. He can bat.
Okay, he can bat. And then 12th, if I have to name an extra person, it'll probably be, I mean,
That is
11 in
Mukesh.
this case because I've not named 7 as yet. Uh, Gurjapneet Singh. So no, the question is, even if MS is fit, do you want him at 7? But that's the only position that you can actually go play MS at. Uh,
Alternatively, who have you said as at 7?
there's Matt Shot, but Matt Shot is not. That's not his position.
No,
Matt
so
Shot
you're
bats the
saying,
top 3.
so is it Matt Short or Akil Hussain as your 4th overseas player? Because Brevis, Overton, and Noor park themselves. Who's your 4th overseas player?
I think the key is to have 3 and then wait for the impact player, and then and then pick if you want somebody like Akil Hossain. But you'll go with Gurjapneet as your bowl. So your 4 bowlers, guaranteed 4 bowlers, are going to be Jamie Overton, Anshul Kamboj, Noor, and Gurjapneet. Those are your 4
Gurjapneet or
bowlers.
Mukesh?
Uh,
Both, right? They were
I'll
both in
start.
the last one.
I would go with Gurjapneet for now. If you need, an extra bowler, you pick Mukesh or you pick Akil Hussain, assuming your number 7 is still available up for grabs. If that is not the case, you'd go with both
Okay, so
Mukesh as well as Akil
this
Hussain.
is what you've come up with so far. This is 1, 2, 3,
Correct,
4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 players. I'll
right.
just put short as a.
So how do you think about it?
Why are we considering Matt Short in the first place? If he
No,
doesn't
no, I'm
open,
just
he's
trying
not.
to. Yeah, exactly. He's essentially a
No,
top
so
3
it
player.
depends. It depends whether you bat first or bowl first, right? So if you bat first, then short comes in early. I mean, you put him as a potentially maybe even a 4 and drop everybody down the way down to 7, Overton at 8, and your 9, 10, and Jack is Noor, Kamboj, and Mukesh or Gurjapneet, right? If you are bowling first, then is the issue because then you need to pick whether you're going with, because this currently is only is Noor, Mukesh, Kamboj, and Overton, right? So are you going with a 5th proper bowler or are you going with a 5th part-time bowler? Because you don't have a 6th option. I mean, you have Dubey, which I I think is suicidal in Navankade, but you never know. Oh,
Yeah, we'll
apparently
see.
Spencer Johnson has showed up. Yeah.
Spencer
So
Johnson has showed up, but I don't think he's in contention for tomorrow's game. But I think he's made his
Prabhu
way to it.
Prabhu Dhoni seems to mm, think differently, but it's Twitter. So
Okay.
Or X, as they say.
well,
You can't have Matt Short as your 5th bowling option, though. That's
Steve Weiss
suicidal.
is shouting
I
at
think,
us.
by the way, Matt Shot, he began well, right? He conceded 13 from his first 2 overs as a power play matchup off spinner. Then you overbowled him, more runs came by. So there has to be a way to know when to cut your losses and when not to bowl certain types of bowlers. But there is value in Matt Shot, but maybe not at 7. So
But
7 is
if
I
he's your
I, I mean
fifth
I
bowler,
went
if he's your 5th bowler, he has to bowl all 4, regardless of, you know, whether
Yeah.
he's a part-timer or not,
Right.
which is my concern.
So in
He
which
might
case it
not
has
have-
to be Spencer Johnson or
That's-
Akil. I don't think there's an option there.
There isn't an option. You're right. You're right. So yeah, I think that way I will then leave away that. I mean, I'll put Jamie Overton at 7, and then your question is to get Mukesh and Akil in that 11.
No, but then if we believe that Spencer is starting, then how does that go?
I don't
Take
think
Akil
Spencer.
out, bring
They
in
just said
Spencer.
I thought they just said Spencer Johnson has been cleared to join CSK. I don't. I haven't seen any video of Spencer Johnson practicing with the team. Has he?
Hmm.
So that's the thing. At least for we know that Will Jacks has joined the MI squad. Like he's not in Paris anymore.
Okay, so this is what is lining up to be. In
Right.
case it's Spencer Johnson, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in your 12, Mukesh and Gurjapneet fit in.
Correct.
Okay. And in your, so well, if it's Akil, then he's a number 8 batter. Else, the batting finishes with Overton at 7.
Right.
This is
7 Overton, Akil at 8, Anshul Kamboj 9, Noor 10,
Yeah.
Mukesh 11.
But if
Gurjap-
it's Spencer, then Spencer is a specialist number 11.
it is. He'll probably replace Akil Hussain in this case. That's it.
Yeah. In which case
But
the
you-
batting is short. I mean, it's short of even short. So it's a Overton at 7 and Kamboj at 8. Kamboj is not a bad number 8. I mean, the point is if number 8 has to win you the game, then it better be just 10, 15 runs.
Yeah.
If you're expecting, Overton and Kamboj to be, taking you from 80 for 5 to 180, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I think Kamboj showed us that he could score a 6 that day. He had a very
So
interesting.
he's a competent enough batter at first class level. I think he might have some centuries at first class levels. He's in the all rounder category, like so. Yeah.
You still have 7
But-
batsmen and 6 bowlers, which should be enough, right? 7 competent batters. And
Should be enough. I think CSK is I think when you compare CSK and MI, I feel that MI is still trying to find their combination. They're not a great side. They're a very mediocre side. And with the way their team is structured and also with recent matchups, CSK has, I think, been winning all of these MI CSK games in recent times. I think the last 5 times CSK has won it 4 times. So to me, I think MI is still, like CSK. See, at least CSK has found what their 12-13 is. Just that the last time they just weren't able to execute. But with MI, I think there is that confusion on what their ideal combination is. They are still moving, and they were largely helped by one
they got it
magical
right the
Tilak
last
Verma
game.
innings.
yeah, I
They
think
got it
they're
right the
fixed
last
from
time.
the last game. I don't think they're going to
No,
change
but
much.
okay, now the thing is, if the reports are to be believed and our commenters have said that, if Dhoni comes in, who goes? You lose a bowler for Dhoni. That doesn't make sense in marketing.
You still have 5
No, no,
options.
no.
plus Dubey.
No, man, that Dubey is not an option. And add on today.
You're saying so basically Gurjapneet or Mukesh go and Dhoni comes in, which means Overton, Noor, Kamboj, Spencer or Akil, and one of Mukesh or Gurjapneet. That's a high risk option. Who takes the new ball with? I mean, Spencer is not really a good new ball bowler. He tends to spray it around a bit. He's a backstop to come in after 6 overs. So if you have Gurjapneet coming in after 6, you have Spencer coming in after 6, Overton coming in after power play, basically.
No. Overton can bowl with the new ball.
Overton,
Overton's
he doesn't even bowl it for his county team. Yeah. So
county is different. Man. The red ball is different from here.
yeah, I mean, like he's not a new ball bowler. Though.
No, I don't think Spencer's going to come in straight away. Crickbus thinks that they're going to come in.
I mean, we haven't been reading. We've been sleeping. We haven't been reading the reports, man. Maybe it's true. Right?
No.
Assume.
But if Akil plays, him, Kamboj and Overton take the new ball, right? That's 3 straight away.
Well, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Overton bowls the 4th or the 5th. So that's all you need, right? Plus, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That's an interesting point. Archami is basically our Shivam Dubey. That's his Tamil name. They're saying that just take Dubey out of the equation, and what the hell is Dubey doing inside that side? and get Dhoni in.
Can
So
Sanju do
that's
some leg spin or no? Is he
so-
just a wicket keeper? What? How useless can that be? You need
yeah,
to be
so these
360
single skilled
players, man.
players.
Yeah,
Bravis bowls some leg spin, I think.
yeah, I've seen him. I
Oh my
fancy
God.
myself.
There used to be a former CSK opener who actually has a 5 wicket haul to his name. That's Faf du Plessis. So I think Faf had picked a 5 wicket haul in domestic cricket. But this is just good
Yeah.
for a quiz question.
Watson has one
Uh,
at test level, no?
but the other way is that you could give Rutu a back spasm, and yeah, you could just get Dhoni in. Back spasm is an accepted
Cap,
Then
hmm.
who opens? We've already lost Ayush. Then
Urvil.
who opens? Urvil doesn't open.
Ur-
He
Urvil
Of course,
is
he's an
anyway
opener.
opening.
Urvil is an opener.
Urvil is anyway opening. Him batting at 3 and opening is no difference. You have Ruturaj just goes in and comes out, yeah.
a walking
No,
wicket, as they say.
Rituraj bats 18-20 balls and scores 20 runs. Yeah.
I think yeah, it's a
No,
little
you guys are
disappointing.
giving Rituraj quite a hard time. He is, you know,
He's a
an
quality
orange
player.
cap winner,
Yeah.
and he's in his prime. Yeah, struggling for a few games. It's okay. I think Rituraj's time will come.
Yeah, Kohli didn't score a century for like 3 years. Let Rutu have his. He's having
What do
a
you
run.
mean? Oh, okay. I thought there was a quiz question because Urvil. Okay,
I think
okay.
he meant Urvil is an opener. Full stop. Trinay, what are you on? Question mark. In the absence of um, what are these called? Uh,
Grammar.
Today,
Question
grammar.
marks.
today I
Whatever
think
grammar things.
today I think you should also get some of your other gender fans on the show. We're having too much of just male attention. You should get some of your female attention on the show
No,
too,
no.
so
This
that
guy is other gender. He's in the middle, if you know what they say.
okay. But we were looking for some gender diversity, so that's why I said okay, uh, you should be able to get us some more audience, Gen Z audience. So that said, I think we've debated far enough on where MICSK is potentially going to go to, and a lot of us are trying to figure out is Spencer Johnson going to be around or not. But in the points table, if MI win with a good net run rate, they could potentially get to fifth spot. If CSK win, they could potentially get to maybe
Seventh
the
spot.
sixth. Yeah, the fifth.
Maybe six. Maybe they can go ahead of GT with a good healthy.
Right.
DC is too far away by 100.
Unless CSK is going to go win by like some 80, 90 runs, then yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be dreaming right now, but yeah, I'm just uh, at odds to try and see where is it that CSK is going to finish up, or how's tomorrow's game going to look like. But that's the 23rd of April. Also, voting day in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. So a lot of CSK fans are now not traveling. They have voting duties.
Yeah, but today is still 22nd April, and 22nd April will always be remembered for.
Ah, artistic representation of Desert Storm. And for all of you people who are here
Yeah,
on the
please explain it to
podcast,
the Gen Z people.
what is your memory of Desert Storm? I'm just waiting to hear what your memory of Desert Storm is. What was
That
I
was
doing?
10, 12 years before Trinay was born,
10
Yep.
actually.
wasn't it? Trinay,
10.
when were you
No,
born? This is
2009.
1998.
2008. This
Yeah,
was in
10 years.
1998. Yeah, 10 years.
1998.
That was 10 years before Trinay died in his past life. So Trinay would have watched that match.
Yeah,
So
I remember the Michael Bevan 101.
Oops, that was to be my
see,
quiz question. Who's the other guy who got 100? Okay. Yeah, so what do you guys remember? I mean, the context
well,
actually, we didn't win that game, by the way, for those who
Yeah,
remember.
significant margin.
No, we didn't. We had to actually chase a certain number to get um, to overtake New Zealand on net run rate to make it to the final. So it was
correct. It was a tri
we had to,
series.
it was I think we were chasing 286 and we need to get to 272. That was the We lost that Desert
Yeah.
Storm game actually.
So I think
Which
yeah. So 284 was what they scored, but in a revised target in 46 overs we needed to get a 272. So what it meant is on net run rate we had to score 236 to get ahead of New Zealand, but we would still go to the final. We would lose the game. And what India were actually only looking to do is just get to 236. The moment India got to 236, I remember Sachin Tendulkar went very aggressive, and I could hear Tony Gregg shriek, "Oh, he's going for the target." So, and I thought, oh wow, is that going to happen now? And Sachin Tendulkar got off the next ball.
Don't play this.
This started
Come
happening.
to-
Yeah, this started happening. The 194 was, I think, the point where he scored his 100, I remember. And it's a very interesting series, Desert Storm, because India and Australia had played another tri series just before Desert Storm, which was in April in India. And India was the leading side in that tournament in the league stage. I mean, three nations, but leading team there. But India got pipped at Kotla in the final by Australia, which was like a red ball series. And then we went to Sharjah, where Australia was the leading side in that series, and they got pipped in the final, where India bet them. So India lost the Pepsi series but won the Coca-Cola series, and I think these were the narratives back in
So
time.
these
Where
are
I
these
was
are pictures from my Sports Star magazine. I still have that
ah
from the Sports Star of, I think it would have been the last week of May or whatever, because we had the title in that. So, oh sorry, the first week
right.
of May. And this is from Times of India, the article in Times of India which I scanned and showed.
So what does it say?
This was
Michael Bevan blasts century as Mark Watt dazzles.
so.
Yeah, it was a
And I
red
This
think
ball
was
it's
series.
the
interestingly,
this was the match
Tendulkar
report.
got a very interesting wicket. I think Tendulkar got the wicket of one of the
Mark
batters,
Waugh.
right? No,
Yeah.
Mark was out to somebody else, wasn't it? Oh, Tendulkar
Do
only.
you
Okay.
do you see the name of the player before Sachin Tendulkar in the bowling lineup? This is the only
Lakshman.
time he ever bowled. Yeah, only time he ever bowled.
Whoa.
Bizarre
They
things
bowled off
happen.
spin with Lakshman.
This this is the match in which Harbhajan Singh was banned for having had a
Altercation
whatever
with Ponting.
altercation with Ponting. Yeah. So I think Harbhajan was serving a 2-match ban. Ponting served a 1-match ban and came back on this. So a
So
lot
the
of
next
drama
time
happened
Harbhajan, yeah. So the next
in
time
this series.
Harbhajan got banned was around the time Trinay was born. Again for
Yeah,
an altercation.
Monkey Gate.
And
No,
then
not Monkey Gates. With
Srishant,
Srishant.
that was in
No,
11.
Monkey Gate was around when I was born. If that's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
This
That
was
was
before you
2009.
were born.
January. Oh, that was Jan first week, Monkey Gate. This was much later in what April 2008.
Oh, the slap.
And this
Slap
is
happened
from
in.
this is the article in Times of India from the final.
But why does it say Sydney?
Because the article, I guess, I don't know.
Maybe this
Oh,
appeared in a
it's,
Sydney
it's
newspaper.
one of the, no. It's from the Times of India, but it must have. So after this happened after. I don't know why it says Sydney. Maybe
It's
to report
from
filed from
Sydney
Sydney.
journalist probably.
Maybe report because it was about Steve Waugh saying something about Sachin Tendulkar.
And
This has this is
okay,
the final
okay,
scorecard of the
right.
finals,
It mentions the
and this is
article.
the
One
trophy they
second,
were
if you
fighting for.
can you just go back to the article? It mentions one thing, and that's the time I realized, "Arey yaar, BCCI ke paas to paise hai." Because I think at that point, Ashok Kumbat, who was I think part of the Indian team management or manager at that
Yeah.
point, had declared, as on behalf of BCCI, had declared $20,000 for Sachin because we had not seen a knock like that, and that's how much people were just so wowed by seeing that knock. That £20,000 sterling was actually given as a gift. So and it's very interesting how these numbers are put right after Friday's final. He pocketed $10,000 or $1,000. Today $1,000. You see, it could technically be the prize money in a PSL game or some other game, but yeah, that was the amount of money that was there in sport in that particular era, and the dollar would have probably been about 35-40 rupees. That's 35,000 rupees that Tendulkar pocketed.
The PSL
Yeah,
Very,
dollar,
very
dollar was
gives
33
out
or
blender.
something. Yeah.
The PSL gives out
Yeah.
blenders or those mixies as man of the match awards. So $1,000 is slightly extreme for them.
Yeah. And this
yeah.
is the smallest trophy India's ever won.
Where is the trophy?
That is the trophy.
That is the
It
trophy.
is not.
What?
Zoo. That is the trophy. The smallest
Oh,
trophy India ever won.
This
So they
must be
have a
kept
bay,
at the one.
which if you see Azhar is holding, and the whole Coca-Cola cap is part of the trophy, which the other guy
oh,
has to hold. That whole thing is the trophy.
oh my God.
Bizarre, no? Bizarre shit used to happen back then. I'm glad it's all sorted out now. That nothing bizarre happens in cricket anymore.
Goenka's probably having a laugh at that statement.
Well, this is the team he signed up for. This is the environment he signed up for. Unfortunate that it's gone this way, but I think Lucknow have had a pretty rotten run after Andy Flower's gone. 22-23 got the team to the playoffs. After that, I think I think this is they will probably be due to Justin Langer. If I were Justin Langer, I would have already circulated my CV to another side that is losing.
Kolkata.
Langer for CSK will probably be a good fit because CSK is also looking to get done with Stephen Fleming after. Yeah, I think quite a. We've had like what 4 bad seasons in the last cycle since 2021.
No, man, we won 23. 24 was
No, no,
acceptable. Came fifth.
exactly. So 21,
It's
21
two
and
bad
23 we
seasons.
won. 22 was a bad season. 24 was a bad. 24 was like till the
24
last
was
thing we were still. It was
24 was
a
good. We
decent.
came fourth. Fifth, sorry. You take that, right?
25th was. You take that. You take that.
25
But
was horror.
as a CSK fan, I'm just used to, man, in the playoffs. That was to me a little disappointment, and the bad part was who ended up losing that game to RCB, who didn't stop dancing that whole night.
See, CSK
Anyway,
spoiled us as fans because they qualified every single year when there were 8 teams. They had a very solid strategy, make ranked runners at home, win 6 out of 7 at home, and then win a couple away. That doesn't work when there's 10 teams, different curators. So we can't expect to
and
qualify every year.
yeah, and with an impact player also there, right? So
Yeah,
suddenly
exactly.
now you need to do a lot more to win the tournament like this. So that said, I think that's a little bit of nostalgia that we've done. We've also gone ahead to the game that's ahead. Are we out of topics? 47 minutes in and 55 viewers in. Today, I think is probably one of the boring games. So we're just having 55 people. We're nowhere near our usual. I think last night we did hit 100. But is that all we have? Should we maybe have one final round of predictions?
Yeah, for
Quiz
tomorrow's game.
questions? Haven't got any quiz questions?
I
Pranay,
did not
Pranay
make.
burnt one of my questions, and I gave away the second one. Okay.
Okay,
So
I'm going to go
what are we
with
doing tomorrow, guys? What are we doing
tomorrow
tomorrow?
is. I think
No,
we
the
should
watch
do the
along.
quiz
Should we do a
or
watch
the watch
along?
along. I think
How
let's do it
feasible
at
is it?
7:30 tomorrow. It's feasible from a tech standpoint. It's not a problem. I think we just need to embed what should essentially be. Yes, we are watch partying. We should do that at 7:30 tomorrow. It'll be good to do this at the toss, or
At the
do it.
toss?
No, not at the toss. I think maybe we could do it
7:30.
exactly at the first ball that goes, because at the toss, I'm going to be busy trying to figure out combinations for my fantasy team.
We can do it off the stream. I mean, you can get advice from Steve Bhai and from Ansh Kakkad and whatever.
Scene
Steve
of
Ba is
bonus.
saying I'll be at the Chepauk, so won't be there. So are you going to be watching this at the MCC? Where are they like putting a screening for the game, or is that what?
Tomorrow's Wanka Day.
I know that's what I thought. He's just watching it digitally.
He's
Because
just
he's just randomly,
He's,
because
he's,
I
he's
remember
telling me.
when I went for that Wankhede semi-final game, I was having my evening tea and snacks at the CCI, which is the Brabant Stadium. I had a friend, and 4 of us from the group had gone that evening there. They were organizing a screening for all CCI members to watch the India versus England semi-final at the CCI, sitting at the lawns and watching on a big screen and hearing the noise coming from half a kilometer ahead. So I thought stadiums sometimes have these kind of facilities as such for members. So yeah, I think we could do the watch along. Should be fun. It'll be our first watch along to do this while the game is on, and hopefully we can also pick up with a lot of 7:25. Let's try that out tomorrow.
and we'll live find some stats and we'll figure out whether Trinay is actually good at research. We'll know whether he's actually doing it or relying on Claude or ChatGPT.
MCC saying, has the restaurant blacked out with the tarpaulin? Ah, so the people inside the restaurant can't watch the game.
Yeah, I can verify that.
Thank you, Sachin God of Cricket. You say that it's fun with you guys.
Please do join us at 7:30 tomorrow. Very
It'll be
fun
fun
one.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Star Sports is or Geo Star is playing footage of Dhoni standing in one place and swinging without moving his
I
feet.
think this is
He-
the
he
time
did-
for
Doesn't
Geo.
sound anything, right?
No, this is the time. This is the time for Geo Hotstar to basically orgasm by putting Dhoni footage because this is going to get more people tuning into the stream. The
Yeah.
IPL,
And they should have
and
done it through this game.
this is their best
Should have
opportunity
definitely-
to
I'm saying
to
they should have
cash
done
in
it throughout
because
this game. It's such a dull game that
Yeah.
this would have been more interesting.
okay, so he says Tala versus Talabadi game. Who's the Talabadi? Talabadi is what? Rohit Sharma.
No chance.
Who?
Not Rohit, no.
Who is?
Ah, no,
He's-
no. Could be Talabadi is Vijay. Election day tomorrow.
Which Vijay? Yeah, so which Vijay?
Oh.
Acha,
The actor,
Thalapathy.
the actor,
Thala
the,
versus
the
the
actor.
Thala. Okay, got it. The cricket. It's basically cricket over politics. What are you picking?
Politics in the morning, cricket in the evening. What's there to choose?
There's nothing to choose, right? It's both at two different times, and most
Yeah.
of the poll. But I remember the last time I came to Chennai for the elections, the polling was done by about 4:30, 4:40 in the evening. And that's usually my booth is somewhere in a place called Madipakam in Chennai. That's where my address is.
So
And
only your parents are going.
only my parents. I just dropped my mother at the bus stand. Came.
All right, predictions for
So yeah,
tomorrow?
I think that's what
Start with-
Manjunath's also saying. Predictions. Okay, I'm going to go with CSK, boss. Okay.
What about you, Nirav? Please don't say toss.
No man, I've got my prediction right for the last for 3 games now in a row.
Did you say LSG?
No.
Actually, I did say
He said,
LSG. Sorry.
yeah, he
I
said
did
Yeah,
say-
he
I
said
did say
He
LSG.
LSG.
said LSG.
I did say.
I said RR.
Well, I thought I got it right based on the first 10 minutes. First innings. Yeah, I said LSU. Which
Yeah, that's
fucking
all.
idiot should have won the game? It's like, if you can't win this game, then you just. I mean, RPSG had 2 seasons. These guys, that's it. 4 or 5 seasons, they should be thrown out.
You forgot to factor
they
in that. No, they can bottle a game from absolutely anywhere.
Yeah.
But I
There is
enjoyed.
there should be now a phrase which is LSG doing LSG things, right? It should now come into our grammar.
Yeah.
I
We
think
can
it
introduce
should,
that
but-
onto the show.
But yeah, for a team that basically bowled the way that it did, right? When I look at the way Shami bowled, that ball that he bowled to Dhruv Jurel, man, it's like peak Shami that I'm
Dream
used
stuff. Yeah.
to. Yeah.
I mean, losing the game is a disgrace to Shami's being in that team. Really.
So
These guys don't deserve Shami or Prince Yadav.
I think the IPL should change it
Almost
now, where they should basically introduce CSK's batting and LSG's bowling and make them one combined team. Anyway,
Yeah.
these guys are going to rot at the bottom. We should try to do that.
CSKSG.
See, I think Manjunatha also echoes the same point that I said.
Yeah.
LSG's downfall started since the time they left Andy Flower, and wow, RCB have gone from strength to strength. Because I remember RCB.
I don't know if they
making
left
some-
Andy Flower. Andy Flower
I
walked
think
out.
Andy Flower
As far as-
left.
Yeah.
Right. I'm basically
He-
saying LSG without Andy Flower is a very different thing. And Andy Flower, the kind of CV that he has, because I remember RCB used to make a lot of elementary mistakes in picking up their auction squad till 2019. Then Mike Hessen came, they started qualifying. They were making very honest efforts at that point to say, okay, let me get these bowlers, let me get these batters. And even with accidents, like till 2022, a Loveneet Sisodia injury was what got Rajat Patidar back. Otherwise, he was out. He was not even picked in the auction. So
He planned his
serendipity
wedding.
has.
He planned
planned
his
his
wedding,
wedding.
and then he got picked up, and then he said, "Okay, I'll come back later. Please take hints, Josh Inglis." And then he played that blinder in the qualifier, right?
Yeah, and that basically means the team is now RCB has invested that effort in going behind a certain type of management like Mo Babat, a certain kind of coaching setup, and somebody like DK who's just been a player who's able to give inputs like why we need to pick Salt or why we need to pick somebody like Krunal Pandya. I'm just amazed at the way DC and RCB. I think these two, sorry, not DC, sorry, Punjab and RCB, the way they've got built their sides because their past has been very, very different.
Yeah,
And
both were jokes.
both were jokes, and I like the way they've come back into the IPL. It's made the IPL a little more interesting. That it's not anymore an MICSK one-way show.
I kind
But
of
that
miss
said,
that.
that's the game. Yeah, that way I too miss that. I thought it could be nice to have a roll timers in MI CSK, but I don't think that's happening with the kind of teams what MI and CSK have. They're just blowing very hot and cold. Nice to see. I'm curious to see who the other two teams are going to be. I think it's going to be a dogfight from positions 3 to 8 to who are joining the top two. The top two are very very certain, which is Punjab
Well,
if RR
if
is going to get
RR
the
gets free points like this,
exactly.
right, then it's a three people parked at the top. I mean, today's two. I mean, RR I think has got. Well, to be fair, LSG got 2 free points also, right? Somewhere in the middle. One of the
The
Against
games,
punt
GT,
game, right?
the GT game was that? No, that was the DC versus where Miller bottled it. No, which was the game?
Right, right.
GT
Yeah,
GT got
that
two
was
free points.
that was versus
Right?
JT.
But
That was
LSG got
versus
one free point. Mukul's game.
Local.
That was a game they should have lost.
KKR.
Ah, right. So I mean, they deserve each other at the bottom.
So the Sachin got a cricket saying Virat left one commune restaurant and shut it down. I've been to the place in Juhu, and I went there in November, just to see the nightclub. Also because I love Kishore Da as a singer, so I wanted to go see. This is the apparently that place was Kishore
My
Da's
house is
bungalow,
my
right?
house is 2 buildings away. My flat in Bombay.
Oh, nice. Okay, from Gauri Kunj
It's the other end of the Kishore Kumar
straight.
Ganguly Marg.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
From one side you enter, the 1-8 comes up front, mine is on the other end. But it's
Right,
like maybe 25 meters
got it.
towards the slum.
Nice place to go stay, man. The sea is nearby. You're in the most
Yeah,
happening
right.
area.
Yeah, right. It's a slum.
How's RCB
Okay,
this week?
Yeah, RCB is
I
looking
think they're
strong.
no, they're like I think their only actually heel is if they play on a slow wicket, right? Like the like it happened versus DC on a slow wicket. Sometimes if the batters are not getting pace off, that's probably the only condition where they lose, and they lose to a side that is like doubly more attacking than them, which is we've seen. They were not able to contain. I think they lost to RR, right?
Punjab and
Oh, Punjab,
DC. No,
Punjab, Punjab,
no,
Punjab.
they are DC. DC chased down
DC and yeah,
175 and RR. Yeah. So it's their bowling isn't the strongest, um, and so their batsmen will always need to over deliver. They'll always have to score 20 over par
Yeah.
because any one day their bowling could come apart. I mean, yes, you have pedigree in Hazelwood and Bhuvi, but the remaining three, I mean, so far Kronal has had 2 good years with RCB.
Salam's
that's it.
decent.
We're
Suyash is bowling.
Salam is doing well. Salam is doing well. Yeah,
Suyash
Suyash is
hasn't been
okay.
half bad either.
Yeah, but then that's what happens is like their combination doesn't allow a sixth bowling option, which happens when that Romario comes and has to bowl the last.
Yeah.
So the batsman, I mean, it's such a good batting team that, and it's such a destructive batting team that more often than not they can over deliver. So on a 220, they need to be 10% over par basically. The batters, come what may, and everybody's scoring runs. No, like the top six has scored runs. Not a problem there.
That said, we've hit the midnight mark and we're also hitting 60 minutes. 53 people are live on the stream. Thanks for your support for all 53. Tomorrow, if you're going to come at 11 o'clock, we will be there, but there's a possibility that we would be logging in much earlier. We're trying to join at 7:30 p.m., or rather 7:25 p.m., trying to very quickly go through the lineup and doing a live match along to see how interesting it is because somebody gave us a suggestion. So 7:30, 7:25, do tune in. We're going to be logging in slightly more earlier. And yeah, we're looking forward to a nice long chat and also seeing a lot of messages that are happening on the game through Twitter, through WhatsApp groups, through interesting messages, and then just chatting about it. And that's all we're up for tomorrow. So looking forward to catching all of you again tomorrow night, but slightly earlier at 7:30. Till then, it's the three of us. Good night from us, and see you tomorrow.